Hi there, everybody. It is Coach Amanda. Facebook, come on, you can go live. How are you? We are here for some live meal planning support. And make sure I don't have any oatmeal on my chin. I have my oatmeal raisin cookie oatmeal and my chai protein latte. I'll talk you through what those are and then let's make our meal plan. So you're going to need, if you have a go-to meals list, get it out. If you don't have one yet, come join me in the Real Food community. Come join me as a client. I am actually going to be launching a whole new coaching program, a really special one in January. We're going to learn how to do the meal planning I do as part of being a client with me. So get your meal plan list out if you have one, get your meal planning pad out, and we're going to go and make a meal plan right now so we can be ready for next week. Real quick, here's what I said I would break my fast with: the protein latte of some type. So actually, this is a cup of soy milk, 1 scoop of collagen peptides, which provides protein, and there's 12 grams of protein in the soy milk. And then I just used 2 tea bags in here with 4 more ounces of hot water. And so this tastes like a really amazing chai latte, and it's full of protein. And I don't add any sweeteners because the Yogi brand of chai that I have found is mixed with another tea that's very sweet. So it tastes fairly sweet on its own, just from the natural tea leaves. I'll see if I can put that link in the Facebook about that one. And right now on Facebook, I'm going to give you guys the link to my Real Food community in case you want to join us there, where you can get support like this all of the time and get access to all of my meal plans that I make. I share them, a link to them every Sunday there. And then my breakfast meal is this oatmeal made just with water. And then when it was done, I added raisins, a scoop of crunchy almond butter, and I use about a heaping tablespoon of raisins just because I don't like to go crazy with raisins. If you needed to get in a lot of carbohydrates, raisins will get those for you. Make sure they don't have any added sugar. There can be a little over, just shy of 40 grams of carbohydrates in a serving of raisins. And then I think only a 1/4 cup of raisins. So I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly if it's a 1/4 cup or not, but they are a powerful source of carbohydrates. And what's neat about them is that because they come from grapes that still have their skin, you're still getting a little bit of fiber that was in there. They're going to digest a little better in your body than just putting a big dose of maple syrup in your oatmeal. And they add sweetness, absolutely. This tastes like an oatmeal cookie. I did try putting a 1/2 scoop of my Truvani protein powder vanilla in here after the oats were cooked. Stirred it all around with some cinnamon, and it worked. It's a little sweet for me still, but at least this would be a way for me to use up that Truvani protein powder. And adds a little more protein to my oats, and I can take the flavor of it. If you've heard me talk about it, I bought some and it was like just so sweet I couldn't take it. So let's get going with meal planning. Here's what I want you to do. If you have a go-to meals list, get it out, and we're just going to pick the most basic, simple meals we can to make this really fast and easy. If you don't have a list of go-to meals yet, you could even start one right now here with me. What you would do is you just get out a blank sheet of paper, a notebook, whatever it takes, and brainstorm what meals do you all and your family already eat that actually work for y'all. When you get the ingredients and you make them, you don't feel too rushed. Everybody winds up eating it, most everybody, most times. Those can be your go-to meals to start with, and I highly recommend thinking about dinners. All I meal plan are dinners. I pick meals on purpose that make good leftovers, so I just use leftovers for lunches, so I never have to plan lunch. And then I have go-to meals like this for my breakfast meals, so that I don't plan my breakfast meal either. And it all comes together beautifully. So I can consistently keep my blood sugar balanced with how I'm eating. I eat carbohydrates, proteins, and fats in the right portions for me. That balances my blood sugar. I do that day after day, and I feel really well. Even after 2 days of having feasting type eating, I'm still feeling great today. And I know I have these yummy options that I can transition to today, so that I won't feel the big shock of like going from feasting on Thanksgiving treats to the food I usually eat. I make sure the food I usually eat is still really delicious. Like, this really does taste like oatmeal cookies, so it's a great way to be eating every day. So get out your meals list and let's just pick some. I could already tell from what I would like to do on Monday would be something with shredded beef. I have a big serving of shredded beef in the freezer, and I'm thinking we might just do some shredded beef tacos again because it's already ready. It's so fast and easy. And that's part of the point of this is that we're not running a restaurant. We're not on a cooking challenge. We're just trying to take great care of ourselves and our families with real food. So we want to lean into recipes that we know how to make because they'll be made faster, and maybe we even make a double batch and have leftovers. So I think what I'm going to plan for Monday is that Mexican shredded beef or Mexican shredded salsa chicken because it's so fast and easy. You could do a double batch and freeze the leftovers, and you just set yourself up for next week too. So that you just took 10, 15 minutes to do this with me here, and you just set yourself up for success for a whole nother week as well. And so my favorite Mexican shredded beef is from the Blonde Cook. She has a crock pot version and an Instapot version. I like the Instapot version. Just I could make it in the morning, like set it before I go to drive the kids somewhere. And then when I get home, I can pull it out and let it go into the fridge or keep it on warm. You just determine what's going to work best for you. But I've had a lot of success with doing the dinner cooking in the morning. And I think I'll keep up that trend through the end of 2020 because I'm just burnt out with cooking at 4:30, 5:30. By the time you get home from work, trying to pull off a dinner is a really big challenge at this point, and it's kind of unfair to expect yourself to do that. So you'll be seeing me share a lot of crock pot and Instapot recipes. So for Monday, I'm going to put down, and why don't I do this? If you are in my Facebook Live, I'm going to go ahead and put the recipes for what I'm going to use so that you would have them. So here is the shredded beef. Couldn't be any easier. And that's going to be Monday. Make a double batch, use like a 3 or 4 pound roast. You'll have so much that you can use it again for the rest of the week or freeze half and use it next week. For sides for that, we use low carb eating on Mondays and Tuesdays in our family because we use something called carb cycling. And so we'll have avocados with it, corn tortillas. If we need some more carbohydrates, we get a black beans or pinto beans. Just get canned ones for now. Get your yellow tortillas, get an avocado, chop it up. If your store has that already made pico de gallo, maybe you've never noticed it, it's usually in the veggie section in a freezer or in a cold case. It's tomato, jalapeno, and onion already all chopped up, ready to go. Maybe some cilantro's in there. Grab a carton of that, throw it in here, and you have an amazing dinner ready to go. Put it over some cabbage and some romaine, and if you're doing low carb, dinner is done. And it's so fast and easy. And it can turn into burritos and quesadillas and bowls for the rest of the week, all kinds of things. Put it with some rice, you're set, right? So there is Monday. And then let me look at my dinner section for Tuesday. What we haven't had in a while. Oh boy, meatballs, but it's too much work. Chicken sausage is pretty darn easy. Maybe let's do that. There is a way you can do in your slow cooker or your Instapot, just some chicken sausages, colored bell peppers, onions, and red sauce, and it's so fast and easy and delicious. And then again, if you're using low carb eating, you can serve it over zoodles or shredded zucchini. If you are not, you can serve it in a myriad of ways. You could get out some chickpea pasta and have it with pasta. It's a great choice and so easy to keep in the freezer. So I already have sausages in the freezer I could leverage for this. I'll just need to get the rainbow peppers, and you can buy a bag of fajita mix. So it'll have the rainbow peppers and some onions in it, and use that in this recipe with your chicken sausages. And if you don't want to bother with the slow cooker or the Instapot, just put it on a great big pan on the stove and it's done. So we'll call that sausages and peppers for Tuesday. I'll put that in the comments. And we're set for Monday and Tuesday. The sausages and peppers, I don't really usually worry about making enough to freeze, but I will make enough to have leftovers. So I know my husband usually has 2 sausages, one each for my kids, one for me, and then so maybe I'll make 1 or 2 extra to have leftovers. And if I use a whole green pepper, a whole red pepper, and a whole yellow or orange, maybe 4 peppers, and a whole big red onion, that makes so much that there'll be some left for the next day. You can toss it with a little bit of spinach and no one will notice. Saute it in there, I promise you, and you just added in tons more vitamins. Some garlic in there, and I love the new Primal Kitchen. Let me see if I can get a link to it. Primal Kitchen is a brand, and they have no sugar tomato sauce now. And it's delicious. It has got so much flavor. It almost tastes like my husband's red sauce that he makes. So let me get that link so that you can see that. I have seen it at my local Kroger. Here it is. So you can try that one. I'll put that in the comments for you. Grab a jar of that, and this sausage and peppers is finished. And again, you can serve it over a bed of spinach, a bed of zucchini noodles, zoodles, to be low carb, or get some chickpea pasta for the kiddos, so they can have healthy carbs and fiber and protein. And that's so shelf stable, you know, those chickpea noodles, they're in the pasta aisle. Go to where you see the gluten-free noodles and you'll see Banza is one of the big brands, B-A-N-Z-A. Barilla also makes a great chickpea pasta that's pretty much just chickpeas and water, like no additives, and tastes wonderful with the sausages and the peppers and the red sauce. So that's Monday and Tuesday. Let me write on my plan. So I've written down my shredded Mexican beef, sausages and peppers. Under the Mexican beef, just to remind me for when I make the grocery list, I'm going to put cabbage slaw. And what I do, what does that cabbage slaw look like? A bag of pre-shredded coleslaw mix or broccoli slaw, and then I'll add some chopped cilantro. And then Tessa May Habanero Ranch dressing is a really fast shortcut you can do here. I'll put a link to that one. It's one of our faves. We keep it on hand every week. Or if you don't want to buy a pre-made dressing, what you could also do is use mayonnaise and chipotle Tabasco. Just whisk it together in a little bowl really fast. And if you need to thin it, you can use a little vinegar. Put that as your dressing or as just a sauce for it to go with, and it's phenomenal. Very inexpensive to do that too. Low carb, friendly, wonderful. So there is the link to the Tessa May's. And you are all set for Monday and Tuesday. All right, the rest of the week, I'm going to include dinners that have healthy amounts of healthy carbohydrates, because I only use low carb eating 2 days a week. It's a concept called carb cycling. And so now I know I need my healthy carbs. What would sound good? What sounds really good to me is one of my favorites because it's so easy to make. I make so much food, and that's one pot taco pasta from Damn Delicious. So I'm going to put that on Wednesday. One pot taco pasta. And that I usually serve with either some green salad or some more of that kind of like cabbage slaw. So remember, on Monday, I'm having shredded Mexican beef with cabbage slaw. With this one pot taco pasta, I could use the other half of that cabbage slaw if I make a nice big batch and only have to cook once, and then we can eat it twice. I think that's what we'll do. And if you're like, you know, that's too many similar tasting meals too close together, just move the one pot taco pasta with the cabbage slaw down another day, because the beauty of the cabbage slaw is that it keeps really well in the fridge. It will be fine for many days. So you don't have to feel like we're having Mexican every other day if that's a problem for you and your family. And I tell my family right now, we might kind of have that happen a little bit, and that's okay, because we're trying to make healthy choices during this holiday season at the end of a really hard year, and this is what I need to do. And when I talk to my family about it like that, they're all on board. And when I ask them for ideas, they're all on board. So if my kids were not spending the night with their grandma right now, they would be asking for the one pot taco pasta, burgers, and tacos. Those are what they always want, and pizza. So ask your family. They can be a good source of inspiration and support, and then they'll be a lot more on board with the meal plan. So we've got 3 meals. My family and I plan one eat-out meal a week, and here's something I'm going to have to work in. So I won't leave you guys hanging on this, but I'm trying HelloFresh. After exploring the choices, I don't think it's something I'll do long-term consistently. But I picked 2 meals that we're going to have to plan those in. So for me, I'm going to put on HelloFresh on Friday and Thursday. because I think the delivery is coming Tuesday. One of them is going to be a fish with rice meal. Another one I think is pork chops with, I forget, maybe quinoa. I'll review those and let you know how they go. That could be the reason I wanted to try is because a lot of my clients are saying they're trying it, and it could be such a cool support to your meal planning. So you would see if we're doing the HelloFresh, that just knocked out 2 more nights. If we have a leftover night or a go out to eat night, there's only 1 night left of cooking to do. And with that HelloFresh, they make you get minimum of 2 meals a week. And I was surprised by that cost. We'll see how big the portions are, but it was less expensive than us going out to eat as a family of 4. And we signed up for the family of 4 portions. So again, I will let you know how that goes. I'm gonna have that on my meal plan for the week, just as something to support me during this busy season. But let's get you some more ideas of what else can we do for some nice simple meals that will give us the carbs, proteins, and fats we need for the rest of the week. So again, the reason I'm able to rattle these off so fast is because I have this list that I've already made of my go-to meals. This is one of the first things in my coaching program that I teach my clients to do is to create a list of go-to meals. As we're learning about how to create blood sugar balanced meals, we keep track of what works so that we're not reinventing the wheel. And this just will serve you so well. So I have been dying to have, and we're gonna put this on there, be 2 fish meals in a week, but I think we'll be okay. My spicy fish taco in a bowl. This recipe is from Pinch of Yum, and it is so good, and it's not that spicy. You can dial around the spices. It is so easy to make. It makes a ton of food. Use frozen corn and black beans for part of it, and rice that you can make in the Instapot, and I use frozen fish fillets. I like to get the cod at Costco. I think the recipe calls for tilapia. Unfortunately, Costco did not have much frozen fish last time I went. It was a real bummer. So I will have to improvise and maybe just use what I can find at my local grocery. But we're going to put the spicy fish taco in a bowl on Saturday. And that is a complete meal. I love that. Like, I don't need to think about sides because what I do is just put it over romaine or broccoli slaw. And I think romaine is really what I prefer. To just give us a little bit of extra fiber because that's a non-starchy carbohydrate. It helps us feel full, helps our digestion, and gives us lots of vitamins. So I just put on Saturday spicy fish taco in a bowl over, and I just put the word romaine. Done and done. So all we have left is Sunday. I highly recommend, again, plan in a night when you're going to eat out or do leftovers or go to someone else's house that's going to cook for you or try a meal delivery this time of year. We're asking a lot of ourselves to plan 7 nights of dinner this time of year, especially if we're new to meal planning. It's hard to even plan it, then to get all the groceries and make all the meals. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I know some of you out there have mastered it, and I want you to come join me in the Real Food community and tell us how you do it, because we need your inspiration and support. But for those of us who are kind of beginners on this journey, we're going to give ourselves grace and start small. Because when we try and go big, we wind up going home, right? We wind up calling the pizza man. We don't need that. We just need tiny baby steps. So let's get a few more really good ideas. And how about this? Let me get in the Facebook feed. Sorry, I can't do this for you on Instagram, but in Instagram, you can use the link in my bio to join my Real Food community. And then you will have all of this. You will get my meal plans. You can even sign up to have my meal plans emailed to you on Sunday. So use the link in my bio. You can get on my email list, and everything I'm saying and planning right now, every recipe, every link, it's all going to come emailed to you on Sunday. And so you will have everything. But for now, let's get that spicy fish taco in a bowl. And I said it was from Pinch of Yum. It's so good. But I look forward to this meal so much. And one thing I do with this recipe to add a little healthy fat, because this is pretty lean, you could do avocado, but what I love even better is a little avocado oil mayonnaise on top. So good. Okay, copy, and here we go. In my Facebook page feed is that recipe. Comment right now in the comments so that you have it. All right, let's get you some okay. Here's another one. This is so fast and easy, and I'll do this one. I'll share this one since we're supporting each other, because you may never have been brave enough to try this combination. But buffalo chicken sweet potatoes. I know it sounds crazy, but this is another thing where practically have a whole meal from this, and it's really fast and easy. So you can use the slow cooker or the Instapot to make basically shredded chicken with Frank's Red Hot sauce and coconut oil. So it's healthy buffalo chicken. Delicious. And then for healthy carbs, you serve it over a sweet potato, which you can just microwave. I know it sounds crazy. It is so good. And then side could be just a simple fast salad. It could be some sauteed spinach. What else have we done with it? Brussels sprouts, frozen veggies. What else? Because we've had this meal a lot, but it's been a while. I've given my family a break. It's going back on the meal plan. So let me put that down. I'm putting this down on Sunday here, but I can switch these around. There's no reason to tie yourself to like what I put down for Sunday isn't going to work. No, 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 no. You want to be using recipes like we're talking about here where you can switch them from day to day. You're repeating ingredients, so you can't lose. You can't mess up. You can't do this wrong. Shredded buffalo chicken, sweet potatoes. I know it sounds crazy. I want you to try it. Such good blood sugar balanced nutrition there. And then for the side, let's see. I think we're going to do a sheet pan of Brussels sprouts because it's so fast and easy. Just a sheet pan, dump the bag of Brussels sprouts already chopped. If you can find the pre-chopped Brussels sprouts, please give that luxury to yourself, right? Saves so much time. Toss them in a little cooking oil, salt, pepper, oven. Veggies are done. Super filling too. Lots of fiber to fill you up in those non-starchy carbohydrates that are the Brussels sprout. And voila. Now, let me think. For me, I'm finished because I've got those 2 HelloFresh meals on there. Okay, another super fast, easy one that is really good for this week. A roast whole chicken on a sheet pan with veggies and potatoes. So get a whole chicken. You can use, I'll put it in the links. There's a Martha Stewart video and post on her website on how to spatchcock a chicken, which means you just kind of like flatten out the whole chicken so it'll fit on a sheet pan. And it is so easy to do. You'll be amazed. It makes the chicken cook a little more fast and evenly. And then I just chop up a few potatoes, keep the skin on for fiber to help it digest and not kill your blood sugar. A few potatoes around her, a few baby carrots around her, maybe some of the Brussels sprouts you didn't use from the night before when we're going to have the shredded buffalo chicken with the Brussels sprouts. And amazing meal. And it's delicious because the chicken still has its skin on. You and salt and pepper that and garlic powder that thing up, and the juices from the skin will get into the veggies. And without making it too high in fat, getting a lot of flavor from the fat from the chicken skin. I don't eat chicken skin. I don't like it. My kids love it. I just peel mine off my serving, and I have a great serving of chicken breast with my veggies and potatoes. So carbs, proteins, and fats in one meal that took no effort. Put that on the meal plan for this week. Roasted whole chicken with veggies and taters. That's the kind of meals we need this week, like super fast and easy and simple. Let's see, what else could you do that's just so easy? You could do pork chops with their bone in or not, with some veggies and taters. Again, you can do that on a sheet pan. Just watch your cooking time on your pork chops so they don't get too dried out. You could do chicken breasts, veggies and taters on a sheet pan in the oven. Instant dinner. And if the chicken breasts are bone in and have skin, then they're going to give everything a little more flavor, and then you can just take the skin off and eliminate that what might be too much fat for you. You can do the same with chicken, pork chops. You can even do a few different cuts of beef will work like that. Sheet pan in the oven, veggies and taters all around it. You can do that with a really fast mini meatloaf. Some ground beef, maybe with a little ground pork or ground turkey, and an egg to hold it together. You can use a little bit of breadcrumbs if you choose. Make those little mini meatloaf mounds on the sheet pan. Put some green beans on a row. Put some potatoes in a row. Just watch your cooking time on each item. And one sheet pan is giving you a whole meal. And it just takes very little time. So that's essentially how I meal plan. And we've been talking for, where's my timer? About 25 minutes. So with me throwing in various ideas and tips and all of that, we have a meal plan for 7 dinners, which again, remember I said is too much, very likely, depending on your family size, depending on your priorities and your budget, right? And your time. If you are just starting out, I highly recommend plan 3 or 4 meals and just see how it goes and use the leftovers and treat yourself to a meal that you didn't have to cook. And it will feel so much better. You'll feel more successful. You'll feel like, wow, this does bring a little bit of relief to the dinner hour. It's not so bad anymore. That then you'll want to try again the next week and the next week and the next week. And that's my secret as a coach. That's what I teach to my clients is that when we can find ways for these lifestyle, this what I call smarter, not harder lifestyle choices, when we can find ways for you to implement this consistently, because we're making it smarter, not harder, we're making it feel good. That's how you feel good. That's how you get better, is by consistently doing these pieces that I teach you for long enough that your blood sugar is coming into balance, your body's starting to burn fat, you're getting your energy back, you're getting your wellness back. It's amazing. All that can come from what seems like, something we did at home back in 8th grade. That does anybody really do that anymore? They do. Those of us who want to be well consistently, this is what we're doing behind the scenes. It's not glamorous, but boy, does it pay off. It really does. Okay, and you don't have to do it alone. This is what I do for my job is coach women how to do this. And in fact, I'm launching a very special, very specific, I guess, specialized coaching support program in January just for my special ladies over 40 who want to learn how to get hormone testing and do it with my support, who want to learn my blood sugar balance meal planning system, who want to learn how to have a whole smarter, not harder lifestyle, and you will get to have support with me for 3 months. 3 months. I'm going to make my big announcement about it soon. Many of you know I am a Faster Way to Fat Loss coach. I love the Faster Way. I still will be supporting my membership ladies. If you want to do the Faster Way in January, I will refer you to the best of the best when it comes to coaches. Some of them are my own women I get to work with who became coaches. So I can refer you to someone, but I will not be hosting a January Faster Way round. Instead, I'm going to host this special coaching 3-month, basically intensive support system for my 40 and over ladies like me. Because I just know if I hadn't figured out the solution for myself as I have for the past 2 years, that this 2020 would have left me on my knees. I would not be where I am today. My family we wouldn't have made it through school at home. We wouldn't have made it through all these changes. But I'm so blessed and lucky that I did have it figured out. I was already consistent. I had enough systems consistently in place to pull all this off and stay well through 2020. And I know a lot of women didn't. And I know I have a system that can help them. So that's who I'm going to have to focus on in the beginning of the year. I know I can't leave y'all ladies feeling like you are to blame and it is your fault and that you can't get well. I know you're gaining weight and losing hope because I was there too. I know how it feels. So I've got great support for you. We'll talk about it soon. If you are interested, want to talk, best way to get in touch with me is just to message me through Facebook or Instagram. Just feel free. It's never feel nervous reaching out to me in my messages because I am a virtual coach. This is how I meet people and network. And I love to hear from you. I love to get to talk to you and hear your story and hear what you need. That is my passion and my mission. So I would love for you to reach out, message me, say, can we talk? What have you got? What are you doing over there? 45 and feeling good even in 2020? And we can get you well. We can do it. All right, go get your meal plan on, get your go-to meals list, get your meal plan done. You deserve to do this so that you have time to get to the grocery before Monday afternoon. That's my cutoff for you. So you are set up to transition from the feasting we've been doing back into the fueling mode, right? Feasting is phenomenal, it has its place. It's got to be short term unless we want to have long-term consequences that aren't so great. Fueling is what we want to be doing most of the time. So I know you can do it. Any questions, message me.